Or what I'll do is, while we wait for others, I will start a poll which we want all the webinar attendees so far to just take. That will give us an idea of how much do you know about WhatsApp Business API at large. I'm starting the poll now. Please go ahead and vote for the same. Yeah, 8 votes out of 23, 10. Everyone, please quickly vote if while we begin for the webinar. So this will actually help Shivam understand how well do you know WhatsApp or you don't know WhatsApp, and accordingly he can talk more about certain features. He can go deeper in depth if needed. So far, I think Shivam, you can see around 64% people, around 10 people out of 23 have mentioned that they are not aware about WhatsApp Business API yet. They haven't tried it actually. So that gives us a fair idea. Rest everyone again who's able to listen to me, please go ahead and vote for this poll so that we get a good idea of the audience that we have here. Cool. So while this is at it, I'll just take a moment to get started. I think people will keep on joining, so I'll not wait any further. Thank you once again, everyone who has made out time for joining us this evening today. My name is Sanat Srivastav. I am the Growth Marketing Manager at MyOperator, and I'll be your host for the evening. So this webinar today is all about WhatsApp campaigns, and we have with us Shivam, the head of enterprise business at MyOperator, who knows all ins and out about WhatsApp, and I think he's the best person out there to talk about WhatsApp campaigns. Soon enough, we'll be joined by Skillbee's founder, Mr. Ujjwal Chauhan. He is one of the customers of MyOperator's WhatsApp business solution and a very good friend who will be talking about the real life examples from his own implementation of WhatsApp. How this particular webinar will flow is we'll have Shivam's session first, where he'll talk about WhatsApp campaign, show you a proper PPT, take you through everything that you can do with WhatsApp. Then we have Ujjwal, who will be talking more about the actual real life implications, as I said. And lastly, of course, you will have your time spared for your Q&As. You have the Q&A section in this Zoho meetings ecosystem where you can post your questions. I request everyone who has any questions to please post your questions over here. Once we are done with the speaker sessions, we will pick your questions and we'll answer, or we'll at least try to answer each one of them. So go ahead. You can ask your questions while Shivam is presenting, while Ujjwal is talking about something. If you find any point that you want to talk about later, go ahead and ask that question, and we'll be more than happy to answer that. In the meantime, I think 18 people out of 33 have voted. Guys, please go ahead and vote so that I can close this poll and we can get started. Meanwhile, we do that, Shivam, please go ahead, take a moment to tell us a bit about yourself and what does MyOperator do exactly.
Thank you, Sanat. Good evening, everyone. My name is Shivam Dikshit, and I am Director Enterprise Business at MyOperator. So I have been into the enterprise side of things for almost 1.5 decades, having sold to companies from a single founder company to a Fortune 500 company. The span has been across verticals, across industries. So hardcore sales person, and I reside in Noida. So that's about me, about MyOperator. So MyOperator is a communication technology company, and when I say communication technology, that means it encompasses almost all the aspects of communication that businesses need, be it telephony, be it WhatsApp, be it voice broadcast or SMS or any related things. So that's what MyOperator does. Presently, we are serving over 12,000 customers across countries, uh, 12 different geographies to be precise. These companies range from private sector organizations to government bodies to political parties to uh, young startups, unicorn founders, unicorn startups. So, wide variety where we have been a commonality, and we've been in the business for last 12 years, and we are the largest in this space in terms of the customer size. So this is about MyOperator. MyOperator has recently partnered with Meta. It's been a relatively young 1 year journey with Meta, and as a Meta tech partner, we basically help WhatsApp API based solutions to reach businesses so that businesses can leverage WhatsApp at scale. So that's a quick background of what's this.
Fair enough, Shivam. So I think we'll not make any further ado, and we'll jump right into it. So please go ahead and share your screen to share your presentation. I'll leave the stage to
Sure.
you, and you can
Okay.
get started.
Thank you, Sanat. I'll quickly share my screen. So I hope my screen is visible, Sanat.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay. So again, a very welcome to all the wonderful guests. Today we'll be talking about WhatsApp campaigns. So before deep diving onto WhatsApp campaigns, I assume that most of you would know about WABA. For the audience that does not know, I will quickly tell you how what WABA is and what all different types of product lines Meta is offering in terms of WhatsApp. So Meta precisely has three product lines that are around WhatsApp. The first is the WhatsApp Messenger that we use for our personal communication, that you use to send messages to your friends and family. That's called a regular WhatsApp. Then we have a WhatsApp Business, which is very similar to the regular WhatsApp Messenger, with an addition wherein you can add certain business details onto it, create a catalog, and make it more sort of a business. You can put in there your logo. Now, this WhatsApp Business is for SMBs, small micro customers. Now, the third is where WABA comes in, which is WhatsApp Business APIs. Now, what WABA does is Meta has opened up its WhatsApp APIs around 2 years back, and it has asked partners like us to consume that API to build platforms on top of it so that businesses can utilize WhatsApp by engaging with their customers or prospects for that matter. So in that process, one of the most important things that comes in is WhatsApp campaigns. So WhatsApp campaigns is precisely businesses engaging or brands engaging with their customers or prospects. So I'll move ahead. Now the question is, why do we do WhatsApp campaign, or why should we do WhatsApp campaigns? Why not the regular email or the SMS campaign or probably a telephony campaign? So here are some answers. WhatsApp, as you know, is widely penetrated. The open rate in terms of WhatsApp is approximately double of that of SMS, and 6 times of that of an email. And the click through rate is when you send a message with a link, or you send a message with options like yes and no, that click that the end customer is making, that is click through rate. So that is significantly higher in WhatsApp, And the third is the conversion rate of the customer. That's also much better, 2-3 times higher than the traditional means. So that are some of the reasons why WhatsApp is a preferred, has now lately become a preferred platform for doing marketing campaigns as compared to the rest of the traditional platforms. Apart from the reasons that I mentioned, one other reason is also that it has the best exposure rate. So what do I mean by exposure rate? Exposure rate is the time I am exposed to that particular offering. So for example, like we are now sitting in a webinar, it's 4:11 p.m. You get a call from a brand marketer. You don't pick it up, right? 4:11, the brand marketer calls you and you don't pick it up. But at the same time, if you get a WhatsApp message, probably you do not read it right away. But that message remains on your mobile phone. Probably you will go back home after having dinner, you are sitting and browsing your WhatsApp messages, and then you go to that particular message that was sent by the brand and you understand what they are at least trying to sell. And if there is a CTA or if there's a chatbot attached to it, you can probably engage further with the brand. But this was not possible if it was a call, because you never picked up the call, you never knew who was on the other side or what offering does that particular person have. So the exposure time of a telephone call is a couple of minutes, but for a WhatsApp message it's very high, extremely high. So that's why we say that WhatsApp campaigns, because of all these reasons. Moving ahead, so the reason, the obvious things comes is, how do we do campaigns? I mean, if some of you have tried, I mean, WhatsApp is also, it's not that you just run the campaigns and you will get the results. Of course you will get the results better than the traditional mediums, but to make it a successful campaign wherein the maximum ROI can be derived, there are certain pillars to it. There are certain building blocks that leads to a successful campaigns, and that is what we will be discussing. So meanwhile, if anyone has any question, they can keep putting it in the question box in the chat section, right? So what are the building block of a successful campaign? So here you are seeing 6 building blocks. Let's understand these blocks by means of an example. Let's take an example of an education academy, right? Or an institute. So who would be the target audience for the education institute? Either the students themselves or the parents. Most likely the one who's going to pay are the parents. So let's talk about the parents being the target audience in this case. Now, once you have narrowed down on the target audience, you will be able to figure out the rest of the content. So when you talk about a parent, typically of a, let's say, a student that is going to class 6th or 7th or 8th, you would see what would be the preferred timing to set up a campaign. Would it be a Monday morning? Definitely no, because as a thesis, most of the parents would be working professionals. Monday would be a strict no. Would weekends work? Yes, they would work better. And what timings work? Would early morning work, or would late evening work, or midday work? These are certain elements that you figure out while experimenting with the target audience, right? So the second building block, as I mentioned, was timing. You'll have to figure out the right timing. The third is the content. So the content and the relevancy of the content is very important. So for example, I have a daughter that goes to college, right? If I am being sent a campaign for a student that is in class 6th or 7th or 8th, it is not relevant to me. Neither neither I'm the right target audience, neither the content is relevant to me. I would probably block that particular WhatsApp account. So content, understanding your audience would also help you frame the right content. What would a parent of a 6th or 7th or 8th standard student look at, probably getting better grades, or we'll have to understand the motivations and then build the content around it. Fourth and very important part is that most of the marketers often miss is CT options. Now, you have created a very good content, people are getting engaged to the content. What is happening is they know that they want, the parent knows that they want to address this, but they do not have the intensity or the will to reply to that full message. So how do you solve this and make it seamless? You give them options. If you want to continue, press yes, else no. So you already have two options, and the parent does not have to type in an entire message explaining everything. He just have to click on the yes, and then there is a chatbot driven journey that would probably take the parent through multiple filtering levels, probably understanding what is the class the student is, what are the subjects that he's looking at, and then they'll arrive at an entire journey using that CT options. So, and that's how they would arrive at engaged prospects at the bottom of the funnel. So that's what CT options does. The fifth is opt out or stop disclaimers. These are extremely important because Meta has very high standards and they have put in measures to make sure that spam is controlled. So if you are running campaigns, it is advisable that you give disclaimers or you give options to opt out right away, because if you don't opt out, then the audience would start blocking you, and once you start getting blocked, what would happen is that your spam rating is being maintained, and if it goes to poor, uh, Meta would officially disqualify your account. I mean, your services would be stopped. So it is always advisable that you put that opt out and stop disclaimers. And then the last part is retargeting. Now, what happens is a lot of campaigns, what they do is they get the audience right, they get the timings right, they get the content right, they have the CTO options, and they are able to arrive at a bottom of the funnel with the right people. Let's say you started with a list of 10,000 prospects and you arrived at the right 1,200, 1,500 people who are fit for your kind of product line. Now, retargeting on those leads at the bottom of the funnel is something that is very much required. And this is often missed, and the entire data is being handed over to a sales team to directly work upon. So both approaches have their own pros and cons, but retargeting often helps us again bring out who has the more intensity, what is the more level of warmth or hotness in that particular lead, and there how helping in closures on a quick basis. So these are the basic blocks of setting up a successful campaigns. Now, once you set up a successful campaigns, you would want to ensure that you get money out of this. I mean, at the end of the day, it's the ROI that matters. So we will cover the ROI bit also. How do we do that? We'll cover that in the coming slides. Before that, I would quickly take you through the customer journey, how this happens, and we will do this through an example, right? Let's take an example of a home appliances brand that is selling, let's say, a television. So a brand that is selling television, how do we take them through a customer journey for a campaign, for a WhatsApp campaign? Now, the first step is you collect all the leads that are coming. These may be coming through organic or inorganic mediums. You start collecting these leads. There are multiple ways to collect it directly in WhatsApp also. So you just collect these leads. You can use CTWA, click to WhatsApp ads. You can put up ads on Facebook and Instagram, and the leads would directly land in your WhatsApp inbox. And using that all collection of leads as well as the existing customer base, you arrive at this juncture. where you are ready to begin your campaign. Now, whenever there is a campaign, you have to plan it on a timeline. So when I say let's plan it on a timeline, that means it can be a 7-day campaign, 5-day campaign, months campaign. So let's take an example of, let's say, 26th January is Republic Day. Let's say a brand, the TV brand, wants to do a sale on 26th of January. How does the brand do that? What are the right steps to it? So you can see 6 steps highlighted once you have the data. And this data, what is this data? This data is of the prospects that might be interested. They were browsing TVs online or on Amazon or Google. So all those leads collected, put together in one. Now we begin with the WhatsApp broadcast. In the first broadcast, let's say if 26th January is the date when we want to make the sale go live, we would start it on 21st of January, 5 days beforehand. And in the first broadcast, we would only say that thank you for registering with us, thank you for seeing our ad and putting in your intent, and we will keep you posted. So this is a very important communication wherein you have established the first contact. You have not tried to upsell anything in the first connect. You have created a mindset in the you've created a understanding with the customer that you will be keep giving them regular updates. So that's a very good way of establishing trust, and you have not sold them anything in the first interaction. The second interaction is of building anticipation, and it should happen approximately 2 days after the first interaction. So let's say 23rd of January, 21st we send out the WhatsApp broadcast, 23rd we start building the anticipation. How do we build anticipation? We say to them, hi, we understand that you are browsing home appliances. We have a mystery gift for you on 26th January. Please stay tuned with us. You just tell them. So this is building anticipation. You do not give them anything. You just build anticipation. Then 25th January, 2 days after building the anticipation, you give them the reminder of that anticipation. That, hey, don't forget to check your WhatsApp on 26th morning. There is a mystery gift waiting for you. Only for you. Something like that. You, again, the anticipation that you have built, you are now reminding the prospect that there is something to be in the journey that needs to be waited upon. Now, 26th January morning, 8 a.m., when the sale is live, the notification goes. Whatsoever the sale is, let's say 50% discount on the television of your choice. Let's say in the brands, this particular segment, 50% off. This is the first element of the message. The second element is only 100 units of this particular items are there. The third element is curtailing them to a time frame. This is applicable only for today. So now you have told them that the TV that you have been browsing for last 30 days or you've been interested in now, that is something that is there at 50% of the price only for today and only for the first 100 customers. Now, this is a template wherein there is a loss of delay. The customer wants to get it early. There is a time limit to it, so the customer already knows that he or she is on a clock. So these are certain aspects that influence the consumer behavior. That's why we ask them to put it in the customer journey. Now, this is 8 a.m. when this sale is going live. At 12 noon, again a reminder goes. This time saying that only 25 units left. Hurry up. If you want to buy, this is the day. Okay, cheapest prices in last 5 years. Something like that goes. Third reminder goes at 4 in the evening saying that last 5 units. Do you want to buy it right now? Now, this is the entire campaign journey for a prospect that is wanting to buy a TV that the brand can enact. And the thank you message, this goes probably the next day, 27th. Thank you, our Republic Day sale was a hit. If you want to have such massive discounts in near future, keep us subscribed. We'll be in touch with you. Now, there is a possibility that let's say if they reached out to 10,000 people, many would not have bought during this journey. But at least if they were engaged throughout the journey, there is a high probability that they would buy in the second or third or fourth such sale that is happening. At least the brand knows that these are my engaged prospects. The likelihood of buying goes up drastically. So this is a rough customer journey. And so the dates that I've mentioned or the timelines that I've mentioned, these can be adjusted. It's just an example that I'm taking here. You can, of course, accommodate it as per your requirement and the nature of product and the services that you are offering. So, yes. So from customer journey, I'm moving on to ensuring ROI on campaigns that I was talking about earlier. So how do you make sure that whatever money that you are putting into a campaign, you are able to generate revenue which is more than that the investment? What is the return on investment, right? So two simple ways. First is you create a high engaged prospect list. I will tell you how do we do that. And the second is you have to get people to open and read your messages. Again, I will tell you how you do that as well. So let's first focus on creating a high engaged prospect list. So there are 4 ways to do that. First is the QR code. Second is a chat button on the website. The third is WhatsApp links. And the fourth one is CTWA, which is click through WhatsApp ads. Out of these 4, the top 3 are free of cost. You are not charged anything for that. So how does this work? The QR code, you take out the QR code of the WhatsApp link. I mean the WhatsApp account that you have. The customer scans it and it directly lands into your WhatsApp inbox. Now this QR code can be used on all the packaging material that you have, on all the advertisement material that you use, be it newspapers or magazines, or probably if you are doing out of home advertisements on billboards or brochures or whatsoever it is, you just have to put a QR code. If the prospect scans it, it directly lands in your WhatsApp box with a predefined message. If she pushes it, you have a lead that you can work upon, and it's a incoming lead. So the intent is high because they are doing all the hard work to reach out to you, right? It is making the reaching out part seamless. Similarly, chat button on website. What happens with this chat button is once you click this chat button, so almost all websites, not all, but most websites have a chat button integrated, but that's a traditional chat button. What we are talking about is a WhatsApp chat button. When you click on the WhatsApp chat button and start chatting, one thing that happens is that the brand gets the customer's name and phone number directly. So all the visitors that are coming to your websites and using WhatsApp chat are directly getting converted to leads. So you need to understand that all the visitors that are coming to your website, even if let's say 7% or 10% of the people are using this chat to communicate, they are no longer anonymous visitors. They are your prospects. You already have their phone numbers and their names, and you can engage them further. Right. The third medium is WhatsApp link. Now, this link you can put up on your social media profile. Once you click the link, you enter the WhatsApp inbox of that brand and you can interact with that brand with preset messages. This link can also be shared in a lot of WhatsApp messages, viral messages that are there, and other areas, probably You can use it in messengers, not only WhatsApp messages, Facebook post, LinkedIn post. People can directly enter your WhatsApp, the brand's WhatsApp inbox. Third is the CTWA. Now you must have seen these ads wherein you click on the ad and you enter directly to the brand's WhatsApp inbox. Why is this important? Earlier, what used to happen when you click on that particular item, you would be redirected to a brand page where they would ask you to fill certain information. Now, what is happening is when you are clicking, you are already giving away your phone number and name to the brand. So the brand already knows whom they are interacting with. All the unnecessary loops, getting redirected to a brand, filling a form, engaging, all that is reduced. You just click here, you enter the brand's WhatsApp, you say hi, they send you a list of elements that they have, and that's how it begins. So these are the four items that I talked about, how to create a engaged prospect list. Moving on, how do you make people open your messages? So again, we do it in two ways. I mean, these are the two most working with multivarious customers. We realize that these are the two good metrics that we can use to measure. The first is the open rate. Open rate, you understand how many people are opening it. So how do we make sure that the open rate is high? We'll cover that. And click-through rate. Click-through again is if you've sent a link or you've sent CTO options, yes, no. If somebody is clicking them, that is what click-through means. So how do we improve the open rates? So we improve the open rate by two means. One is the green tick. This green tick is a verified badge that that WhatsApp provides. You have that, it adds credibility. The customers are happy that they are talking to a credible or they are not being scammed. They are speaking to brand that is actually verified by Facebook, WhatsApp itself. So this is the green tick. And the second factor that influences open rate is a catchy headline. So now when you say a catchy headlines, there are multiple elements to a catchy headlines. So for example, you begin with a wonder word. Let's say something like a wow is a very good word to begin with. Then there is personalization. There's a name that you can relate to. Okay, Sushil is saying, oh, they know me. So Sushil, and then there is a discount, of course. There is something that you give. So that's how you use 3-4 elements, marketing elements, to build a catchy headlines. So these are the factors that influence open rate. But what are the factors that influence click-through rates? I'll cover them also. The first one is offer relevancy. So if you are Sushil, you've just unlocked a mega deal, and you see that the shoe that you have unlocked the deal is a woman's sneaker, right? It is so you are a male, you understand, and the shoe that you are offered, the discount that you are being offered is for a female. The offer is not relevant for you. Probably it might be relevant for your wife or girlfriend or daughter or mother, but that is far-fetched. So the offer relevancy, you need to understand your TG, your target audience, and you have to roll out offers in relevant fashion. The second is personalized message content. As I said, personalization. So if you are interacting with Sushil, you also need to understand what Sushil is interested in. If Sushil has been browsing Amazon and Flipkart, searching for blue shoes, so probably you can send him the cool blue running shoe which is handpicked for Sushil. So Sushil would be more engaged to open that content because he understands that he's already searching, and if this is something of interest to him at that point of time. The third is offers. Of course, 50% off. Everybody likes. We are Indians. Offers. We love offers. And fourth is timing of the message. Now, if I know that Sushil reaches home Sushil is a is a working professional. He reaches home by 7:30, eats his dinner, and then he opens up his WhatsApp. I can time my messages. If I'm able to categorize my, or let's say profile my prospects in a fashion where I understand the habits that they may be following. Probably 8:30 is a good time where Sushil is having some leisure time and he's able to scroll up and down WhatsApp. It would be a good time to send him a message rather than sending him while he's in a morning meeting at 11 a.m. in the morning, where it might just get skipped, or probably he just clicks it and then just continues with his day. He does not give it a thought. So these are certain angles that needs to be explored. So the click-through rates and the open rates are something that we need to work upon if we want to ensure that people read our messages. With this, I would probably do a couple of case studies. One we did for an edtech platform. This platform was offering a lot of courses in vernacular languages, but the challenge that they were facing was there was a huge communication gap. Promotional campaigns were not working. So their pipeline building mechanism was that they did webinars, and through these webinars they were generating leads, and then they were conducting one-on-one sessions with these leads and then closing the sale. So this is what their the journey was like. However, there were certain challenges like the ones mentioned here. So how did we solve them? First of all, we built them a high intent prospect list. We did CTWA. We ran the WhatsApp ads. The lead gen increased drastically. And then on the engaged list, we used broadcasting. We sent them messages, used an automated chatbot to filter down on all the challenges that these guys are facing, segregated them into separate buckets, and created one-on-one interactive live chat with the counselors. So the entire journey remained theoretically same, but the medium changed to WhatsApp and it became very easy for them. And the end result was very interesting. They were able to drive their webinar attendance massively, and the user engagement also increased. So this is what we did for an edtech company. The second is for an e-commerce company. So the e-commerce, most of the e-commerce platforms or companies, they face this challenge in the initial days that the sales are very few and they do not know relevant details about the prospects. The prospects might log into their system, they might give them their email address, but rest of the details, it's a challenge for them to profile them. And abandoned carts are usually comes because of trust issues, especially in new young e-commerce brands. So that was again one of their challenge, and the customer support was pretty sluggish. This was being reported. There was a wide array of customer complaints flying on LinkedIn and Facebook and other social media mediums. So how we solved them? Again, we did the CTWA broadcasting, put in certain automated messaging. We brought in 1:1 chat support system using WhatsApp only. So we bought them a centralized customer support number using which all their agents were able to tackle all the queries in real time. So it kind of became a very good engagement mechanism for them also, and they realized that they were able to drive the customers that were coming for the customer complaints that were coming up. They converted those complaints into opportunities and start driving upselling from that trajectory. So that we did with them, and they are still our customers, and we are happy to assist them. So this brings me to the end of this session. I would be happy to take questions as and when Sanath allows, I'll stop sharing my screen.
Yeah, we would love to take questions as soon as possible. But before we move on to the questions, we have one more person, a guest for the evening. That is Ujjwal Chauhan, the founder of Skillbee. So, Ujjwal, can you please turn on your camera and mute yourself and go ahead and give us a brief intro about what is Skillbee and your journey as a founder.
Yeah, hi Sanat and hi Shivam. So I'm Ujjwal. I'm one of the two co-founders at this startup called Skillbee. And at Skillbee, we intend to help all of the blue collar workers. Now, a blue collar worker essentially is a carpenter, a technician, a mechanic, a welder, or a truck driver. We intend and we aim to connect these blue collar workers based in India with job opportunities abroad. So imagine a welder in Bihar or an electrician in Tamil Nadu wanting to work in Dubai or in countries in Europe. That's what we really help them do. So that's what our startup is about.
All right, Ajul, that's actually a great thing. Less explored sector because everybody's talking about edtech for people like you and me. But now that you're working in the blue collar space, that's actually a great thing that you're doing. I know since we're talking about WhatsApp today, I would love to understand from you that uh, blue collar workers, I feel, are one of the most avid users of smartphones these days. I think more than you and me because they are the ones for them whose the world resides over there, right? They see everything from Bombay to London in the phone. So, how do you engage with these people using WhatsApp, and how has WhatsApp largely helped Skillbee in their
Right.
customer engagement?
So when we started the business back in 2019, WhatsApp was pretty prevalent on both ends. So we connect workers on one end and companies on the other. So what we saw was that most of the workers that we had on one end, all of them were avid smartphone and WhatsApp users. And the same was also true of the HRs on the other end. So while if you go on the Google Play Store, you'll find the Skillbee application to be there with close to 2 million downloads now. But the interesting part was that before we started on this journey, our first genesis was actually on WhatsApp itself. So we used to connect with a lot of blue collar workers on WhatsApp, ask them for their profile details, ask them for their CV, ask them to send in necessary details, and that too completely manually. And on the other, we had these HR managers who we would send these profiles one by one in a very structured format and ask them if they really like these profiles. So that was the initial genesis, and of course over time we ended up building our own application, started using WhatsApp still for engagement. And today, to give you an idea about what we use WhatsApp as an engagement tool for, so imagine if a worker is discovering Skillbee for the first time, he's probably not going to download the application straight away. So today we have our central number, which is there on every YouTube video, every social media platform. They simply text over there, and the moment they text, we are able to qualify and screen them on basis of few parameters. So we check with them: are you really interested in a job abroad? Are you interested in uh, like couple of these positions that we have? That screening essentially then helps us to get details about this guy much more in detail. I can even share my screen with you very quickly to give you a small example of that.
Definitely,
Uh,
definitely. We would love to see it in
uh,
motion.
I'm hoping you can see my screen. So this was one of
Yes.
the last recent campaigns. So for example, we sent in a video. So this is a verified WhatsApp number. So the links are clickable. And again, I will focus on like already Shivam focused on those. How do you improve your conversion? You get your WhatsApp verified. You start sending in very curated, very customized messages. So congratulations, Ujjwal Chauhan. You have been shortlisted for this job with at least this much salary. And you can fill in your remaining details. So this is one of the many ways where people discover us, they message us, or we will send some promotional campaigns to them and pre-screen them, qualify them, engage them. And the same is what we do for companies. So on companies, probably I'll share my screen very quickly once again. Imagine if a company has posted a job opportunity on Skillbee recently. So sometimes they get 200 applications as well. So imagine if you posted on Skillbee. So rather than, so the company will not really realize, they often don't check their emails that okay, this guy applied. So we send them a very customized message that hey, you posted for a car driver just today, and already over 200 applicants in your city have applied to your job. So that brings the company back to our platform in order to check the job vacancy and make the relevant hires. So that keeps both of the sites engaged on our platform.
Understandable. So you actually put up a very nice thing that the constant engagement keeps on going. That it is from both ends one, and at the same time you keep on bringing people back to the platform. Okay, so now that I think Shivam has also highlighted these things. What else should we do? You also mentioned it. You should get a green tick, this and that. But since you are somebody who is implementing WhatsApp in daily life, I would love to understand from you what are those. Let's put a number. What are those three things that one should definitely avoid while running WhatsApp campaigns?
Uh, so this is a very interesting question. Rather than focusing on what Shivam already covered on things to do, to focus on things not to do. Uh, the number one part is, unless you are a business who's verified or a business that somebody is already aware of, like they know that you exist and it's a known business that you're really getting a message, do not send a message to people, and especially with links, etc. Like it is almost futile because people consider that to be very spammy. Imagine a link is there in your text, you can't click it, you don't know who it has come from. People are very likely to report you as spam, right?
Right.
So unless somebody is a verified business on WhatsApp or the audience is aware of them, generally it's a bad idea to send links. So the first
Okay.
message is generally like a, should be a warm up or a interesting engaging message, as Shivam said in his slides. So that's a no go. uh, the second also is to not use cookie cutter approaches. And when I say cookie cutter approach, you have to segment your audience in what they are interested in. If I send a trailer driver job to, and I've done that, like we've been faulty of that ourselves. So imagine sending a specific job to every person in the database, irrespective of where they were in the world. So we have people in three geographies and we were sending to all, even if the message was not relevant to everyone. And then
Right.
a lot of people will start blocking you. And as in turn, what then your WhatsApp manager or your WhatsApp account will start reflecting is that, hey, too many people have reported you, and they won't tell you who has reported you. So it's actually your thing that you need to go and filter and segment your audience better. That hey, I was sending wrongly to these guys, and I need to remove that.
Right.
So that's another thing where you need to segment your audience, send very curated messages, like a generic message. Hey, there's a discount on our website. Check it out. People are very likely to just report you if it's not linked up to them. Like if I get a message for buying something in child section or
Right.
women's section, for example, I'm not really the relevant audience. So we've done that. We've been banned from usage for a couple of times as well, wherein then our thresholds of messaging were lowered down because of this quality. And then the third thing to also do is give people a way out. What we've learned is
Right.
we very excited about sending messages. Hey, we have such a big database, we'll send messages to everyone. uh, like irrespective of people like it or not, at least they will see it. uh, what you'll find is that the open rate is not reflective of people being happy or unhappy. So you need
Okay.
to look at the responses that you're getting from people and give people a way out. Simply is about give them an option to unsubscribe from updates if there can be an easy way. So today what we do at Skillbee is we give them an option, like even if every message goes about an update, that hey, this month we've added one free job posting to your account. You can post your job now. It also gives you an option, second option as I don't wish to receive updates on WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is very private to people. What we found, some people are okay using it as a professional medium, some people are not. So the third part is to not to use WhatsApp as a very uh, like a tool to build a close relationship with, but be also very that you're not invading somebody's space. So we give people that option to opt out of WhatsApp campaign and events as well, and that has also worked out well because then our reported spams, our deliverability rate, our open rate have magnified many-fold, and we see a better engagement and interaction because of it.
Really, but I think these the question, what I wanted to ask, and the answer that you gave has covered every ground that I wanted people to know. You should have an opt-in, you should have an opt-out option, and you should be sending it to very relevant people. And I think it is not very tough to understand also, because day in day out we get a lot of WhatsApp messages. I personally block a lot. I also click on a lot of links because they were very relevant to me. So I may or may not purchase, but yes, at least WhatsApp engagement, if you're a user of WhatsApp Business API and you also a receiver on the other end, you will realize ki ha yaar, this appeals to me, and then figure that out, send the similar kind of messages. So before I hop on to the questions, we have a few, only a couple of them, so we'll finish in time. uh, Please do let the audience here know, and me and Shivam too, that how has your experience been with MyOperator's WhatsApp Business API, and what do you feel like in terms of recommending it to other people?
So we onboarded ourselves on MyOperator in the recent past. And one of the reasons of moving to MyOperator was essentially a holistic picture of our candidates and companies. So today, they reach out to us on phone calls, they reach out to us on WhatsApp, they reach out through of course, our own app or emails. So we wanted to club at least the telephony section where it is either through WhatsApp phone number or on a telephone call on a systemat on a systematic singular interface uh, and partner. And that has been my operator for us. With the cloud telephony solutions, we've been extremely happy. And now importantly with WhatsApp, so we like what I really did like about my operator was the fact that not only they allow you to be very flexible on building your own flows, but at the same time they give you this option that hey, we have a team management and an account manager to build you a WhatsApp flow as exactly what you want with dialog flow, etc. So that sort of customization and flexibility, both like the superpower can be in your hand, or if you don't find it easy to use, here we'll help you. So that has been very helpful to us. And more importantly, we are now working on a couple of these more further improvements on our WhatsApp bot, etc. And we found the interface and the usage and the team to responsiveness to be great. So somebody who's looking at probably moving, like if they are simply a phone number and that represents their business, I think my operator is a great place to start on bringing those calls and WhatsApp messages into a singular place and managing their CRM activities generally.
Thank you so much, Ujjwal, for saying those kind words, and I really hope that you keep enjoying WhatsApp services from MyOperator. We'll make sure that happens. Now, I think we are in time to take a couple of questions. Shivam, I believe you're there, so you can turn on your video and be ready to take these. These are coming right for you. Uh, so the first one that we have here is a very simpler one, I believe. It is from Sarjeet Rathod. Do we need separate API for transactions and marketing campaigns? Over to you, Shivam.
No, no. I mean, so basically, you directly do not need any APIs. You would be given a platform. You just have to log into that platform. Using that, you can send out transactional or so. There's a mechanism wherein you'll have to get the template of that message approved from Meta beforehand before running any campaign. And once that is done, you can run. All the nitty-gritties with respect to technical aspects of the APIs and everything is being taken care in the portal itself. So there's no need to deep dive into that.
And I'll just follow up for Sarjeet if they had this in their mind that we sometimes we have heard at least in SMSs that you can send transactional ones but not promotional ones. So is it possible that if I have one panel, I can send both the kind of messages to my audience?
Right, you can.
On the same WhatsApp number, right?
Right.
Great. Awesome. So we move on to the next question. That is from Rajiv Sachdev. Will your company send to the target database, and also can we filter audience as per area of a city?
So
I think the first part of the question is about do we engage with the database that they upload on panel? And I think I can rightly say we do not. Like that is all encrypted, stored on the cloud. We do not have any access to any data of anybody. at all.
So
So
the
the second
aim,
part of it you can answer.
the account managers might help them upload and do hand holding for the first session, wherein the teams would be trained to how how they want to basically structure the campaign, or how do they want to uh, 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 what kind of data they want to have in the first place. Do they have a CSV file, or they have a regular, they want to import it from Excel, or is there an API attached wherein from where they are fetching the data. So all that the AMs would do. They would also help them set up the campaigns, but post that it's the owner's responsibility, or the brand owner's responsibility to target and shoot these campaigns. Audience filtering can be done, uh, but in that case, usually there has to be an input that has to be received from the audience beforehand. I mean, if you want to filter the audience, you would need to have a chatbot with, and in one of the filtering questions, you can probably list all the 28 state and ask them, please confirm your state. And once the person confirms the state, the filtering is already done. So usually anything that you want can be done. It can be built into the chatbot. Once the customer starts engaging with them, they would fill in the relevant entries, and that then can be segregated onto the platform, and the data, relevant data of that particular region, can be retrieved as required.
Understandable. So this will not, just to add to your answer, I think uh, what the question also was hinting towards was that this will not run like your regular performance marketing campaigns on Facebook or Instagram or other such platforms where you can segment the audience for your outreach based on their, say, profession and certain parameters. यहाँ पे you have to take that input from people, what city is it or whatever, then segregate that on the filter.
So if you
And
already have a city specific database wherein you run a campaign, let's say you have a billboard with a, or you did a newspaper advertisement in Nagpur, and all the leads that are coming would be predominantly from Nagpur only,
correct.
then you can use that organic campaign that you've done previously to tag those particular prospects into the city of Nagpur, and use that in your future campaigns. So that can be done.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Rightly so. I'll complete what Sarabjit has asked earlier. They added this question. This means you people will give medium and we will need digital marketers to run it. This is in addition to their earlier question that they will need separate transactional and marketing campaigns के लिए software.
So no, this is not I mean, you do not require any skills to do that. The campaigns can be set up from within the portal itself. It's a matter of training for 30 to 45 minutes, wherein you get to understand all the aspects of that WhatsApp panel, and using that you can shoot, or your team members can shoot the campaigns themselves. You do not have to rely on a digital marketing agency for this. And if probably you want a digital marketing agency to create content and position it on other multiple platforms like Google AdWords in sync to the existing WhatsApp platform that we are providing, in that case, yes, we would be happy to work with the digital marketing partners that you would have chosen. We can do that also.
Right. And to sum it up, it's like we do give the platform only. So like we, or to just clarify it to the dumbest level, we are not a digital marketing agency. We do not have people who will help you run your campaigns. We will give you the platform. Either you can have your agency to work on it, or you can have your internal people working on it who need not be specifically from the marketing domain to access the platform. I'll move on to the next question. This one we had, this is from Nitish. Nitin Shishakar, yeah. Does WhatsApp marketing work good for B2B contacts?
Okay. So, works good compares to what? Compared to email and compared to SMS, it works wonderfully good. But if you compare WhatsApp marketing for B2B versus B2C. In that case, WhatsApp marketing for B2C is more receptive, and the results have been exceptionally high there. Having said that, for B2B also, there are certain segmentation that goes into play, because a typical, when you talk about a typical B2B organization, the right decision maker, finding out the right decision maker and getting him onto that prospect list is something that is important. And what happens in regular, let's say, mid market or enterprise cases, what happens is the one who's the decision maker might not be the user of this particular product, or the service that a particular, so for example, the marketing department requires this service. It is to be run by the IT or the admin guy. The platform needs to be run by the admin guy, and the money has to be paid by the, let's say, the CEO's approval is required. So there are three different TGs. So who's the right TG? I mean, if you want to shoot a marketing campaign for B2B, would you go for the guy who's going to run the show, or to the department that uses it, or to the one who's going to pay for it? So this entire segregation needs to be there beforehand. And for that, what we do is we regularly conduct sessions with Meta. I mean, we recently held a event with Meta in one of the hotels in Delhi, wherein for all the mid market and bigger customers, not only did we engage them for WhatsApp marketing, but we were also able to understand their requirement as such. I mean, if you get a database and you just have to shoot messages, that's fine. I mean, that would work better than SMS and emails. But if you want to compare it with B2C, then
Of course,
it's not that good.
it's not apple to apple also. I mean,
Yeah,
B2B and B2C is very, very different in nature. So there's that. I'll move on to the next one. Is MyOperator offering the WhatsApp marketing platform, or is it in partnership with another company? That's from Rona.
So we are Meta partners. We are Meta tech partners. We work directly with Meta. Our the APIs are from Meta, and so I mean, we are doing roadshows with them. We are doing a lot of marketing activities with them. Would be happy to, yeah. No problem.
And I think last question is the question that everyone wants to ask, but Sarabjit has done the honors. What is the cost? So
the cost is, I mean, there are certain discounts running presently. I believe it's for a very deep discounted price point for, I think, this webinar only. Not sure.
There is a discount for this webinar, so you can go ahead and talk about that.
So I think it's $9.99 for a month's time, something like that, per month. $9.99 per month.
Fair enough. I think the solution is also largely individual or requirement based. So better costing will be available once you set up a call with one of our Meta certified partners, advisors, and they'll be able to tell better, because telling a cost upfront for a B2B solution is quite tough. Right. So there's that. But I think those are the, okay, if we have one more right away, it is from Vinayak. Can we create chatbot?
Yes, of course, you can. We have a feature which is called flows, where you can create templates, drag and drop. It's a WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get, sort of an editor wherein you can create building blocks, link it to the chatbot in all the basic graphical representation, and very easy to create chatbots. I mean, it takes 10 minutes to create a regular chatbots.
That's fast. All right. So before I wind up this session, I don't think any more answers are there. Oh, there's one more question. Is there any number restriction? But the question is like number restriction on what? I'm assuming the number of messages that are being talked about.
I think he is wanting to understand DND.
I think, so I'll be candid. Sarabjit, I feel that, you're quite interested and you have quite a lot of questions. We can take this up separately after the webinar with you. Somebody from Shimam's team will speak to you and they'll answer all your questions one-on-one. No doubts over there. I think that will be the best way to take up your questions.
Sure.
Right. So before I leave, I'll have a poll that we wanted to start for the next WhatsApp Wednesday session. So we are planning to have these sessions every month, once on a Wednesday, most probably the third Wednesday of the month. Uh, Guys who are available, please go ahead and vote. What do you want to learn about next? We have three options. Of course, this could be something else too, but I think these are three main things that people want to talk about. One is ad campaigns via WhatsApp. Other one is building WhatsApp chatbot. Somebody just asked a question about it. The third one is running an e-commerce store on WhatsApp, something that is happening a lot these days. If you are an e-commerce brand, a D2C brand, that is for sure something that you'll be looking at. I think Shivam, we have this thing, Hindi word, rujhan. So we have our inclinations right away visible to us. Ad campaigns via WhatsApp. So the next WhatsApp Wednesday session should probably
Perfect.
have this as the topmost discussion point: ad campaigns via WhatsApp. And I think you also covered it a bit in this session when you mentioned click to WhatsApp ads. People would love to know more about it. All right,
Fair.
guys. If usual, I hope you're still with us. Can you please
Yeah.
turn on your camera? We'll take a small photo of us with this, and then we'll part our ways for the night. All right, give me one sec. Say cheese. All right, I have it with me.
Thank you.
That's about right, guys. Thank you so much, Ujjwal. Thank you so much, Shivam, for being a part of this session, helping people understand what they can do with WhatsApp, what all is possible with WhatsApp. And this is just one segment of it, WhatsApp campaigns. I think there is much more to it. So, guys, I look forward to speaking to you once again soon. Until then, thank you so much. Other questions which are unanswered right now, audience, we have a note of these questions. Our team will be calling you soon enough within this week. It's Wednesday. Within this week, you'll be getting a call from people from our team who will be answering these questions for you. And you will have the recording to see soon enough. Thank you so much. Until then,
Thank
see you
you.
next time. Bye bye.
Bye.